So after years of getting teased about my hairy arms, my neck rings, and my black gums, you're telling me I'm the beauty standard in Africa? I mean...
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Esther and welcome to my channel. So I was showing you on TikTok the other day and this video popped on my screen with this girl, this Liberian girl. Yes, my fellow Liberian sister. She popped on my screen and she was talking about the beauty standard, African beauty standards versus American beauty standards. So she was talking about how in Africa, our Afro features are embraced in Africa than they are in America.
This lady's going viral talking about African beauty standards and how being hairy is one of them. And she's so right, I forgot about the African beauty standards. I feel like that's one of the reasons why first gen Africans are still so confident, because the beauty standards around our families and our household is totally different. Like being hairy is one of them. Having black gums is another one. Women who have like rings around their neck. So it's like a, you know, the necks that are chubby. See how I got the lines? But their necks that are chubby is almost as if like it's a little fat. That is like, you know, it's like a chubby neck. But the lines almost like work like chains, as if like they had chains on their neck for a long time. But in our reality, their neck is just naturally like that. That's a beauty standard. That's a beauty standard in Liberia. People like, it's called ringer neck. I grew up hearing that it was called ringer neck. So like I would be going to school and I was like, oh, you black as shit, you African booty scratcher. And then I'm going in a crib and they're my family and stuff like that. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, you're the most beautifulest girl in the world. Look at this little girl with her black gums and her hairy skin. People used to see my sister like, oh my God, look at your sister ringer neck. She's so beautiful. So I never cared about the beauty standards of America or being light-skinned or people call me ugly or whatever the case may be, because I am literally African beauty. So I can really give it. It's coming at me at 5 years old like, this little girl is so beautiful. She got black gums. Hell yeah.
I can 100% agree with what she's saying, because in America, a lot of people are looking the same. A lot of people want to look like celebrities because they believe that looking like that, they will get more attention, they will become well-known. Everybody want to look like the Instagram baddies. When us black women, we have different features like the ring neck she was talking about and the dark gums. Most black women believe those features are not attractive because these features are not the American beauty standards. Those features are African beauty standards because most black people are descendants of Africa. So us having those features, those unique features, means that we can be identified as Africans. But when some of us immigrate from Africa to the United States or the Western world, we are coming to a different culture, different set of beauty standards. So a lot of African girls and women get bullied into hating African features because, as I said, in America, those African features are not seen as the beauty standard. And also, she isn't the only one who is sharing her story based on what she has been through. There are a couple of other women who also made video in response to her video.
I saw this creator talking about African beauty standards, and I was like, this is an interesting topic to talk about. Let's talk about it. You know what I love about African beauty standards? It doesn't conform to Western standards, you know? Or camera filters. It comes with dark gums, neck roll, broad noses, and skin so rich it makes Coco look pale. And guess what? It's still giving. Dark gums, that's flavor, not a flaw. Neck rolls, that's royalty, folded. And wide noses, that's ancestral air conditioning. Don't get it twisted, baby. And if it makes you uncomfortable, that's absolutely fine. Not all beauty was made palatable. Some of it was just made to be powerful. And African features, they're not flawed, they're not filtered or corrected. They're cultural signatures, proud, intentional, and divine. So no, we're not shrinking ourselves to fit the aesthetic trend. We're reclaiming space, demanding presence, and showing up as we are. Bold, rooted, and breathtakingly original. Period. Bye!
Did you know, before any sort of Western or European influence, body hair and the presence of body hair used to be a huge indicator of beauty in some African societies? So in some cultures, body hair actually has a cultural significance with fertility and beauty. It was a sign of beauty to some and signified fertility, considered an indicator of maturity and reproductive potential. This aligned with the communal emphasis on procreation and societal continuity. And And in various West African ethnic groups, hair was a source of pride for both men and women. And in some places, they even has the association of body hair with attractiveness. But I'm interested to hear what you think. Specifically for women, the presence of body hair was a sign of beauty. Do you think that people would still go to lengths to remove it? And would you remove it? That's too personal. And by the way, this is hair like on the arms. I remember speaking to my mum, and she said when she was growing up, the presence of sideburns and having hair on your arms was a sign of beauty in Liberia when she was growing up. Yeah, I'm interested to hear what you think.
So after years of getting teased about my hairy arms, my neck rings, and my black gums, you're telling me I'm the beauty standard in Africa? I mean,
the African beauty standards conversation that African diaspora TikTok is having right now is really amazing. I'm just loving hearing about different tribes, different cultures, and what we find beautiful collectively. I want to share something from my tribe to add to the conversation. My specific rabbit hole, my Roman Empire, I would say, is this idea of the fattening room. And if you don't know what that is, the Efik Ibibio Anang people have this idea, it's a cultural practice that usually when a young woman was in the transition stage between getting married, before getting married, so between like young woman and woman, if your parents could afford it and had the resources, they would send you to a fattening room. And a fattening room was a space where you could go from as little as 6 weeks to as long as a year to just be taken care of. Like, it's literally, the goal is to get you big and round and fuller figured. And I love reading so much about that. It's not actually an ancient practice. Like, when I first talked to people about that, they're like, yeah, back in the day. And it's so funny to me because when I was a little girl in Nigeria, the lady who braided my hair actually had gone to a fattening room. I am 30 years old. So as I would say probably like 40, 50 years ago, people were still participating in fattening rooms where literally women would go and get paid and pay to be taken care of for a year. Like, they would teach you how to tend to a home, but for the most part, you had people doing everything for you, cooking, cleaning. Maybe they would teach you how to like please a man, or a couple of things for good wifehood. But the goal was just to take a break and have a space that marked this transition from like girlhood and the initiation into womanhood. And I really love what that cultural practice shows us about how our tribes valued fuller figured women as the standard for femininity and womanhood. I just love that. And as a like curvy girl, as a fuller figured woman, it's just so affirming that not only was this beauty ideal existing, but there was a cultural practice tied to a beauty standard in a way that reminds you that fuller figured women have always been the standard of beauty.
African beauty standards are inclusive. African beauty standards are inclusive. White European beauty standards are exclusive. What does that mean? African beauty standards being inclusive, they find the beauty in the everyday people. They find the beauty in all of their people, the majority of their people. Whereas white or European beauty standards are exclusionary. You can only be considered beautiful if you look a certain way. There was a woman on here who was talking about the African beauty standards that she grew up with and how it never occurred to her to feel less than anyone or feel like she was ugly because her family spoke that confidence and beauty into her, talking about how her neck rings were beautiful, her large arms were beautiful, her cheekbones are beautiful, but things that normally people might not see in an American society or a white society and think that's beauty. Meanwhile, in a lot of European white society, if your nose is too big, it's not beautiful. If your hair is too frizzy, it's not beautiful. That standard is exclusionary. Now, my family is West Indian. My mom came over from St. Thomas. Her mom came from St. Croix. And I remember when my grandmother came to stay with us, it felt like she was insulting us in the kindest way. It didn't make any sense to me because she would say things like, "You're so fat and beautiful." As an American, that was jarring, but she meant I looked like wealth, I looked like abundance. My grandmother would tell me that my skin was roasted by the sun, which I thought she meant that I looked burned and dark. But no, she was talking about the beauty of the melanin, just the absolute gorgeousness of our skin. She called me ancient eyes, which I thought was another dig on my very large eyes. But she would say ancient eyes who sees so much. I was an autistic, undiagnosed child who had the entire world on my shoulders. But the most important thing, getting back to it, is that all the words were words of affirmation, were words of beauty and joy. There was never any being made to feel like one was lesser than, because the beauty standard is different. It's inclusionary.
Do y'all know who I appreciate seeing so much when I be outside? Like, wait 1 second. Don't mind the construction in my background, but I really appreciate it, especially like when I'm driving around on my way to work. I love seeing African Aunties inside of their traditional African clothing, and I'm not talking about like TC buzzing. I'm talking about like buggy, like our regular prints. Like Nigerian people, they call it Ankara, but in Fulani we call it buggy, and buggy is just like regular traditional African print. And I can actually show y'all one because I'm about to make that into something. But baggy is like our traditional, like really colorful pattern or whatever. And they just be wearing it in regular clothing. They just be existing in the world the same way that they did in Africa. Like that's the one thing that they didn't allow America to assimilate them with. Like some of them even wear it to work if they don't work like in a healthcare setting or whatever. Some of them stay with African clothes on, and I just really appreciate that, because right now the conversation about like West African beauty standards is like on my page, and I love it because I do believe I fit the West African beauty standard. I have a wide nose, I have high cheekbones, I have gaps in my teeth, like I have really big lips. I just think that I look like a West African woman, period, and wear tea. I have almond eyes, like stop playing. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing on my FIP right now. And I'm thinking about how like inside of our homes, how like most African girls have like their hair braided in really intricate styles, but you can't see because most of us are Muslim. And or like the fact that we all wear gold inside the house. And then when we're in the house, we burn wusalun or shudai. Like our version of femininity is nothing like the white version of femininity at all, you know? Like we have an art of seduction and sensuality. And as a West African girl, you get it. And really our men, they really appreciate it. Like I love a West African man that love a West African woman down, because he just know nobody do it like us. Like when it comes to true natural beauty, like West African girlies really take the cake every single time. Like, and it's not to say that I take away from other cultures, it's just me necessarily just appreciating my culture and the fact that we're talking about West African beauty standards. Like people were talking about the fact that we are hairy, we don't shave. Baby, I never shaved my arms or legs a day in my life. Never. You get what I mean? Except for just natural grooming for cleanliness, I've never shaved my arms and my legs. I never worried about having stretch marks. Like I never worried about my eyebrows being a little bushy. Like little minuscule things like that, baby, we do not care. And when we're in the house, we wear dresses like these. This is like a longer version of a muumuu, I guess you could say. Or we just have like our versions of baddies like the Somali people have. It's just, I don't know, we just be eating it up inside the crib. Like, yeah, that's what I love.
I think in order for us to maintain those Afro features, we need to get positive affirmation from our parents, siblings, uncles, and aunties, so that we can have confidence to stand up to those bullies when they are bullying us and by our Afro features. If African boys and girls have positive affirmations from their family at home, they will have the confidence to stand up to those bullies when they go out of the house. When those bullies come to them and start calling their names because of their unique Afro features, they will have confidence to stand up to those bullies because you have already been hearing from their family that you are beautiful. Of course, some of us will fall prey to those bullies, will believe those bullies' voice. But most of us, if we have positive affirmations from our family, we will believe that we are beautiful. We will not fall prey to those bullies. We will have confidence to stand up to those bullies. But for those people that don't get positive affirmations from their parents or from their family at home, when they go out in public, especially at school, the case, yeah, some of them are like terrible because they bully each other. And if you're African, if you look a certain way, they call you the African bully structure, as this lady said in the video. Some of these kids can be terrible bullies, bully each other about clothes they wear, shoes, the way they look, their skin color. All of them bully each other. But if we don't get a positive affirmation, if we're getting the same negative words from our family, then some of us will turn to fall prey to those bullies that bully us into believing that our unique Afro features are not beautiful. So these girls, these African girls and women need to get positive affirmation early on during their childhood, so that when they go out in public and they get bullied, they wouldn't believe that the Afro features is not good. They wouldn't want to get rid of the Afro feature like some of these women have been doing with the nose jobs. In America here, a lot of people look at you like you're an alien if you look different from the American beauty standard. So yeah, I can totally agree to what these ladies are saying, that in America, there's different beauty standards than they are in Africa. And I feel like in Africa, other than the big cities, where people are starting to pick up the Western beauty standards, you can be yourself. But in America, you have to package yourself in order for you to look presentable in society eyes. This is the reason why I'm grateful that some African countries are bringing back the African beauty standards. Like for example, the Miss Cote d'Ivoire beauty pageant banning wigs, weave, and extensions in a beauty pageant. So I'm grateful that certain African countries are starting to slowly bring back the African beauty standards. So yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you believe that there are different beauty standards in America than they are in Africa? That your natural beauty can be more embraced in Africa than they are in America? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you like this video, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next one. Bye.